Good morning and welcome back to Onsen Budgie Smugglers podcast season 3 episode 1. I'm from Kyoto in Japan and my co-host Troy Crash Thompson is from North Coast in Victoria, Australia. Good morning, Crash.
Good morning, Yosh, and happy new podcast year to us.
Happy New Podcast Year season 3.
Good to be back. I've missed our chats, Yoshi.
Yeah, absolutely, me too. Crash, how are you?
I'm going very well, and it's a cool, overcast summer's day here in Melbourne. We haven't had a lot of hot weather this summer in Melbourne, which has been a bit disappointing. But
Yeah.
every now and then we get a warm day. And last weekend there was some bushfires around, so there is
Oh,
still some
yeah.
hot weather.
Right. Like, it's very, you know, it's very to heat like 30, mid 30s like this year. Like most days are like 25, 24 like that, right?
Yeah, a lot more like that. Yeah.
Oh no. So you don't you need to turn on the aircon so much?
Yeah, not very much at all. And it's kind of fine unless you really want to go for a swim when it needs to be hotter. So it's not that big a drama for it to be a cool summer.
Oh really not. Like do you prefer hot summer or cold summer?
I mean, I like a bit of both, to be fair, but yeah, I have no problem with it being a cooler summer. It's fine by me.
Or how's your cricket?
Yeah, well, it makes it comfortable conditions for cricket. I mean, cricket's a game that was invented and played in England, where their summers are much milder and probably much a bit more like the summer we've had here this year. So it probably is more suited to a cooler summer.
Yeah, I guess so. Like wearing a long sleeves, it should seems to be very hot in Australia, I'm sure.
Yeah, probably the biggest benefit of the long sleeves is that you don't get as sunburnt. So obviously the UV is very dangerous for people, and it's probably something we've only sort of known about for like the last 40 years or so, how bad it can be with skin cancer and that sort of thing. So it's probably a good thing to wear the long sleeves for cricket, even though it is hot.
You're right. That's a good point.
And the winter there, Yoshi, has it been kind to you?
Yeah, it was warm this week. It hit about 20 degrees, on I think Wednesday and Thursday was warm as well. But now like it's like 5 degrees in the morning. Then it would be 15 degrees in the afternoon.
Do you get any snow over the winter there at all?
We had just in a bit snow, this year, but it didn't blanket much. So it's a warm winter, mild winter here. Fortunately or unfortunately.
Now, mate, when we left last time, you were just about to start a new job, and I reckon you've been pretty busy at that. So, how's that been going?
I still need to get used to, creating a maps, Then I still need to learn how to read the floor plans, which is very new for me. So, and I'm using a Mac, which is new as well. Many things are new for me, so I still need to improve, It takes some time.
No doubt, but also I'm sure it's a bit exciting to be doing new things. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. All right, let's talk about the highs and lows. Then what is a high?
Yeah, so for me, probably just recently, I've found some new guys to work with on promoting Aussie rules footy around the world. So a guy Adam Gomlinski and a guy from Canada, Greg Bridges, have been doing interviews with people around footy around the world since probably September, and approached me to come along and join them and expand what they're doing with more interviews and more sort of news about Aussie rules outside of Australia.
Nice.
Um, so I guess it's kind of something that I've been doing with the website World Footy News for a long time,
Yeah.
uh, but not so much in podcasting. Have had a bit of a go at that, doing some podcasting, but to find some young, enthusiastic people
Oh,
who are doing a good job, it's a bit exciting. So I'm going to join up with them, and we've done a couple of podcasts already, and it's going well. So it's
nice.
pretty exciting. From a low point of view, it's yeah, 2 weeks ago, almost 2 weeks ago, was a year since my partner Annabelle passed. So that was a very sad time for me, reflecting back on that from last year and what a hard time that was.
Yes.
Um, yeah, so but yeah, lots of supportive people around, and Annabelle's families, calling me and sending me messages, and that was also very comforting. So it's been good.
Good to have a support from your friend and her family
Yeah,
in such a hard time.
thanks, mate.
Since my
And for you, your highs and lows, Josh?
like my high is my birthday is coming in 6 days.
Well,
Then
any plans for your birthday, Josh? How are you going to celebrate your birthday?
um definitely in the evening I definitely go to the standing bar in Kyobashi in Osaka, which is my favorite place in Osaka.
Yep.
Then actually today I'm going to Kyobashi again, in the morning after this podcast to get a haircut. You know,
Uh,
Kyobashi is a deep, deep place, like, interesting place, exciting place. I really, really love Kyobashi.
Excellent. Well, I'll be having a beer in your honor, mate.
This is my
What number
Tim,
birthday? What number birthday is it? May I ask?
51.
Yeah, you'll catch up to me.
That's right.
For a few months. We'll be on the same number.
Nice.
And your low, mate? What's been happening?
Like, my knee has been, funny since Monday. Like, it's not a twist, but it's like a twisting in the knees, I was sitting on the floor, then tried to stand up or like a stretching, or I can't remember. But it's like, then it's funny, like not too bad, but sometimes it's hard to, go down the stairs or like go up the stairs. Even like a walk, I still have uh, sometimes have like a little bit pain, but it's not too bad. Then I went to see osteopath on Thursday. Then he massaged around, the knees, which is good. But I still have like, muscle tension.
Yeah, unfortunately, I've been suffering from a very similar thing for the last year, and I've actually got osteoarthritis in both my knees.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, giving me a bit of trouble at the moment, but working on some exercises to strengthen muscles around them. And yeah, so I mean, the worst part of it for me is it will actually ache in the middle of the night when I'm sleeping. So that's probably probably not very good.
Not
It'll
good.
wake me up. But yeah, it's no fun, and I hope that yours on the mend and get better quickly.
just my, like, I think it's cold, then cold weather affects, like, the muscle movement, I think. Then have to keep warm, I think, as well.
Yes, mate. Unfortunately, it's part of aging. So we're past
Yeah,
50 now, and these things are going to happen.
uh, man, my osteopath, suggests me to go to a hot bath, after the free training. So, I, um, I'm thinking about, going to the public bath house, after the free training today.
Yeah, I definitely find that a soak in the hot tub definitely helps.
Just my, I know the place, I went last week as well, so I'm going back to the same place.
Excellent.
Yeah, just my, then let's move on to the news, interesting, exciting, forever the news. What news story have you got today?
So the headline I have, and it's actually just from last night, is violently shaking Swift left stunned.
Right, I know about, Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift, she's performing at MCD this weekend.
And she was in Japan last week, right?
Yeah, that's right. Then she went back to the US to watch the Super Bowl,
Hmm.
and her boyfriend, team wins.
Yeah, Travis Kelce, he was very good in that win. I watched quite a bit of the Super Bowl.
Nice. Anyway, some sort of, big wave, hit the MCD last night. Then she was stranded. That's a headline, right?
Yeah, pretty much. So in a full MCG, I think about 96,000 people there last night. Um, the I guess the ground was shaking, and we know it can do that during the footy season. I'm sure it did it at the grand final last year with all the Collingwood supporters there, and preliminary final probably as well.
Uh,
Yeah, people were commenting that the whole place was shaking.
mm,
Um, so yeah, it's a big thing in Melbourne at the moment. Obviously, every teenage girl and some older girls as well attending the concerts. I think it's sold out last night, but also the next two nights. So uh, for everyone else, the MCG is a good place to stay away from because it's very, very busy down there at the moment.
nice.
But good for Melbourne tourism. I mean, a lot of people coming in from other states, from other cities to see the concerts. So there's a lot of tourist dollars coming into Melbourne, which is a good thing, and probably good for the MCG as well to have, those big concerts and making good money they can use to put into redevelopment, which will continue to make it an even better stadium than it already is.
Nice. It's a good stadium.
Sure is. What about yours, Yoshi? What news have you got?
Just a moment, please. I have a technical issue with my other another phones.
That's all right. I've
So
got it here, so I'll read it out. Electric wire damage may be behind big fire following Japan quake.
just my thanks for covering up.
No
Then
worries.
guess what happens? Good
So
exciting news.
you've had must be a sizable earthquake. What city was that in?
In Ishikawa Prefecture, like Wajima, somewhere like that in on New Year's Day.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I guess there must have been some damage to the big electrical mains. Maybe it wasn't noticed at the time, but sometime after there's caused a big fire.
Uh, actually, big fire caused, on a New Year's. Day
Buys then, yeah.
at the marketplace, traditional old marketplace. Then many buildings are, like made by wooden structures.
Yeah.
Then damaged wire, cause a fire, like shaking, surface, like, parts that I think cut or forever, like, damage the electrical wire. Then it causes a short in like a circuit. Then,
Yeah. Okay. That'd be pretty old buildings, I would imagine.
yeah, whole building. Yeah. Then it took about 24 hours to get a control, of the fire. It's a massive fire.
And that must be very disruptive there as well. I'm sure that market, served a lot of people.
Yeah, but I reckon it was like a shut, I'm not sure, like, it might be open, but it could be shut because it's a New Year's Day.
Yeah, okay. So not so bad for people getting injured or killed.
Yeah, but there are some, people die, unfortunately, or like injured. Like even like, searching is hard to do, like because of massive fires and rubbles, like,
Yeah. And probably there's like some houses connected to it, apartments.
could be.
Yeah.
Mm.
And have you been having many quakes since then?
Um, we had earthquake on, I think, Tuesday or Wednesday, like this week.
Yeah.
Not so bad, like, I felt a shake, while I was working around 3 o'clock.
You guys are used to it. You get so many.
Yeah, not bad,
Yeah. I mean, we had a little one here in Melbourne a couple of weeks ago, and it's big news when there's one here. So we're sort of getting one, that people can feel about once every 3 months or something like that at the moment.
Right,
But not by Japanese standards. I'm sure they're very small.
more, yeah, right. You must be scared with a quake.
Ah, no. I mean, they haven't been big enough really to be scary, fortunately. Yeah, so hopefully don't have to experience that.
Right, right. All right, that's for our news. And about the free, like, have you got any, like, sorry, have you recently followed, any news from Hosan Football Club?
Yeah, probably a bit of bad news. So one of our main defenders, James Blank, who was very good for us last year, and he
Yeah,
did his knee in intra-club match this week, so that was pretty big news.
yeah,
And CJ Chenkook-Jiath, who's also sort of one of our quick defenders, is
mm,
injured as well. I'm not sure how long he's going to be out for at this stage, but other than that, it's just the excitement, I guess, of seeing some of those new guys that have come into the club being drafted in,
mm,
uh, pushing to try and get a game in round one. That's
nice.
pretty good. You probably might have seen some of the news about Sam Mitchell, Hawthorn's coach, in the
Yeah,
off-season. He went to the US and
yeah,
was very ill,
yeah,
pneumonia in hospital, and had a pretty bad time. So, but he's back and back at training, and hopefully that's not going to affect anything this season. But it was
yeah,
pretty big news at Hawthorn there for a few weeks.
nice.
Other than that, yeah, just looking forward to footy being back in what is it, about 3 weeks' time,
Yeah,
or 4 weeks' time maybe. So round zero, your team and my team, Yosh, are not going to be part of it.
no,
I think there's 3 or 4 games going to be played that first weekend in the northern
Yeah,
states.
yeah,
Uh, and then we're going to have to wait till the second week to see our teams in action.
yeah. So,
What about you, mate? Have you been seeing any news from the Saints?
um, Hunter Clark, got a concussion, and he will be sidelined for couple of weeks, as I heard. Then today, I understand that Jack Sinclair injured in a, like a game simulation, yesterday. Then he'll miss the practice match against Essendon. I don't follow much about the footy, in off season, so that's what I can tell you now.
That's right, mate. I don't really either. It's all about the cricket for me once the footy's finished. But yeah, make no mistake. In a couple of weeks' time, when it starts up, we'll be all over it.
Nice. Uh, do you play like a super coach, like AFA fantasy, and join the free chipping competition this year?
Yeah, super coach. I don't. I did it many years ago and found that every week I was sort of scrambling at the last minute every week to do my team
Mm-hmm.
and couldn't really. Really wasn't invested enough in it to do very well at it. So I gave that up and didn't do it anymore.
Yeah,
Um, Tipping, yeah, I usually enter a few tipping comps and I'm a pretty good tipster. I do pretty well generally.
nice.
How about you?
Like I played in super coach before, but I'm really, really bad about it. Like I don't change the team much. Then I don't play anymore like you. Then a chipping competition, um, I will be back at the chipping competition this year with the Osaka Dingoes.
Righto. Well, I think that's good. You're back in tipping this year. We'll compare how we go each week.
Yeah,
I
that's
reckon. Fair chance you'll beat me, Yoshi.
she's my, but I don't play well in a chipping as well.
Fair enough. When we do our next podcast, we'll do a bit of a season prediction and where we think everyone's going to finish for the year, I reckon.
Yeah, we should. Yeah.
Yeah, so what else are you looking forward to this year? Not just footy, but in general, what are you looking forward to?
Um, I'm not sure. Have to. I just get used to the new job. That's my focus, and also I should focus on well-being mentally.
Yeah.
How about
Uh,
you?
For me, I'm going to be moving house down to St Kilda. Should
Yeah,
make you happy, Yoshi. You'll be happy every week to hear that I'm in St Kilda. Um, Probably around May, moving down there.
nice,
So I'm looking forward to that. And then I think maybe a trip to New Zealand in June, and
nice.
then hopefully a trip to Canada in August.
Wow,
Um, so haven't booked that in yet, but that's what I'm planning to do. So that's a couple of things for me to look forward to later in the year.
nice. How long are you staying over there?
At least a couple of weeks, I'd say.
Nice,
Yeah. So yeah,
good.
should be a good year.
Yeah, it should be good here.
And of course, footy's going to be back, so that's always good.
Hmm.
Looking forward to the local footy, looking forward to the AFL,
Yeah,
and what else is happening of footy this year. So yeah, it's a bit exciting when footy comes around again.
yeah, absolutely.
What about the Osaka Dingoes, mate? What's happening there this year?
we are hosting the annual Anzac Cup, and we play the tournament on 20th of April. Otherwise, I'm not sure about any other games in playing. We don't play much, unfortunately, which is really, really sad for me. I need more experience.
Oh, you need
Yeah.
to get your teammates organised and get another game scheduled in somewhere, organised with another team.
Really, really, we don't have many players, in a team.
Yeah,
Then other teams are based in Tokyo, so it's hard to organize a game.
for sure.
That's the problem.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Any hot topic available for you? That's all?
No, I think that's about all, Yosh. I reckon it's good to be back and good to be chatting with you and finding out what's going on over there. Glad to hear that
Yeah,
it's going well. Obviously, it was not a good year last year for you with the work, and just very happy to see things have turned around for you, and you're happy
yeah.
at the moment. Yeah.
Just good to talk to you, Mike.
All right. We'll talk again in 2 weeks, I reckon, Yosh.
Yeah, we'll talk in 2 weeks.
Excellent. See you then, mate.
See you there. Thanks for watching us, everyone. See you in 2 weeks.